is our current, and there are currently no vacant units available. On June 5th of 2019, the Homer Township Fire District was dispatched to respond to a resident's or a tenant's fall monitoring system. They gained entry to the unit by crowbar, resulting in extensive repairs needed to the entryway doors and door frame. I met with the Homer Township Fire District, and we discussed how this could be avoided in the future. It was suggested that the township would consider installing Knox boxes on the exterior of the buildings. We would have to call a joint meeting with the tenants to enlist their cooperation since they are private residents, and reach an agreement between them, the district, and the township for them to agree to have it be placed in the Knox box so that firemen would have access to it. At that time, the district recommended that a box with a capacity for 4 keys, one for each 8 pod units, be mounted at each of the 8 freestanding buildings. Staff did research and contacted the company recommended by the district, and we were learning of the various options. However, there is not an option for 4 keys, 4 keys in one box, and the price is on the box. The prices do not include installation of the boxes. You've been provided a memo, interoffice memo from staff showing the breakdown of the cost of the Knox boxes and the different options that were available. There is an individual Knox box, one for each unit. So for those of you that don't know, there are 4 units, and 4 individual units in 8 pods. So there's 30 units, 31 units. So we would need, a minimum of 30 keys, 31 keys. The cost for one Knox box for each unit is $183. And we estimate the cost just to purchase the boxes to be about $5,856 for option number 1 key. Option number 2 only allows 2 keys at $285 each. That would come to approximately $4,560. There's another option that they have a box that has a capacity of 10 keys, which just to be, when somebody's responding, I think it's even challenging to make sure that the district knows that there's one box for 4 units and where it's located. So you wouldn't want to go you wouldn't want to have this thing mounted, in my opinion, you wouldn't want to have this thing mounted, on 2 different buildings, to get into, several different units. So that would probably, this one accommodates up to 10 keys. That would be $330, so if you got 8 of those, it would cost approximately $2,640 if my calculations are correct. The other one has a box that would suffice for 50 keys. The district, I don't believe would go along with that, and I'm not sure the residents would want one box that has keys to every unit in it, in some sort of a centrally located place. And the problem is it was with this particular circumstance. You have different firemen and different people, chiefs, different ones coming and going. We fill out emergency contact information with the districts. They know my cell phone numbers and stuff. They're dealing with an emergency. They get there as soon as they can, and if the person doesn't open up the door, they are going to do that. We would hope that if we had a Knox box and they were apprised of where it was, that they would be able to use that and be able to avoid having to destroy the door frame and the doors. Again, I think, to be honest with you, I think the easiest way to be sure that they know that there is a Knox box, the person that's on the call, is to have one per unit. And again, the residents do have to consent to have their key placed in it, in the Knox box. So these are the prices. I'm looking for some direction from the board.
How long have those buildings been up?
They would start being built in like 2005.
And then how many incidents have we had?
So
Required us to replace a door.
So far, this is the first time the fire department has
There's
actually
their
broken.
answer. I'd rather replace the door, because obviously what comes with this is those Knox boxes have to be wired in, and there's a fee for that too.
No,
Because if they open them, it sends a signal.
No, these just have a key. We have Knox boxes where required, any commercial entity is
Yeah.
required, and the fire district also determines that we are like a commercial, so we have it on our buildings and stuff too. It's just that they have, the firemen each have a universal key that opens it up. That's why you have to have a key inside the box for them to get to.
Right.
And the key has to always be has to be current too. So for example, it's different for us because we're not, changing ownership frequently, but in a rental facility, the residents, could be there, some have been there for, since the beginning of time, but some, after a year or two, move on, you just don't know. So you have to always make sure that you're working with the district and the tenants to make sure that there's a current key in the box too.
I don't know if personally, I don't know if I want my key to my house in a box that is not being recorded, or at least if someone knocks the box off or breaks into it, there's some kind of signal that says, hey, someone broke into the box. And then obviously if you have to get permission from all of them, you're not gonna put one here and one there and one here, right? I mean, technically would it be overall or?
Well, I'm thinking that's why I would think that we would need to have meetings with the residents and find out whether or not there was, and again, when a new resident comes in, they could say no, From what I understand, talking to Dave Tricker from the district, that we would have to get their permission, and
one incident
we can't
in
force
14
them.
years, one incident in 14 years. I don't know if it's worth the expenses.
Yeah, I'm just relating what the district had told to us, and I'm looking for direction from the board.
What did it cost to replace whatever they broke? Just a rough number.
Well, we are still working on it. Initially, we were told that the complete frame and door needed to be, the one special order door needed to be replaced, and we were talking about possibly $1,500. I've gotten some second opinions. I think we can do some of the repairs. Of course, the tenant is responsible. They, had not provided the number. They have owned that they are responsible. They did not provide any contact number from the monitoring system or whatever to be able to find out how to get in there. And the fire department, they've claimed that they've given that number now to the fire department, that apparently there's some sort of a code or there's a key code that they could have entered through. But they didn't, the family did not make sure that the district had it, or the district wasn't able to get it, or whatever. There was some glitch, which is possible again, moving forward.
Well, having been a fireman for a number of years, a lot of fire calls, when, you don't know why that door is locked, you don't know who's on the other side of it, you're gonna open it up. You're not gonna call and wait for 15 minutes. My personal opinion is we ought to have one on each door, and it should be part of the lease agreement. You put a current key into it, and that's the way it goes.
I kind of agree with you, Tom, and it's just more safety for our seniors, period.
Yeah.
We have to do something.
One of the things you've got to understand is not every fireman has a key.
Correct.
There is one key on each truck.
We have
When
keys.
you take the key out of its holder, the
Now
holder
we're
goes,
having,
and it keeps
they're not
going
contacting
until you put the key back.
So they want a
So-
key and a Knox box.
You're not going to have some guy walking around, take the key out, and go.
Yeah, but
with all
they're
these
saying that the
workers.
residents get their consent.
I realize it's about $5,000 to put one on each one, but I think it's worth it. And so far as knocking them off the wall, they can hold them down to where you literally have to destroy the box. And if somebody's gonna go through that much work, they're gonna go through the front window. It's held in with 8 nails.
It's called preventative maintenance, I mean, it'll help.
Yeah. I mean, I want one, you know, if I dial 911, I don't care about the front door. I want to go to the hospital.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to propose something if we're not able to do it. And they were saying,
We have to do it prospectively,
yeah,
because we don't have it in our lease.
right, we don't have it in our lease. And the district led me to believe that they have, their legal advisors have forms that the residents are required to fill out and hold them harmless and stuff for the keys and for the things. And so I'm not sure if we could force them to do it or not, but.
Well, you know, I mean, we have a key, a Knox box on here. We don't want one, too bad. Fire code says you're gonna put one on.
Well, they interpret this building to be of a commercial nature.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, all commercial buildings
Right.
pretty much have a Knox
Only
box.
commercial, no, there is no ordinances. The way it's explained to me, and again, I'm not taking a position one way or another, I'm just trying to give what information was given to me. There isn't, it's only required for commercial buildings at this point.
Well, that's basically a commercial building. I mean, right, it's residential, but it's all commercial.
It's probably zoned residential rather than commercial. I think, you know, I'm not sure about this, but, you know, obviously if the fire department requires a hold harmless type of letter, I don't think that our lease specifically addresses that. However, I think our leases do have a provision that says that they will abide by the rules and regulations of the township board. And therefore, if we enacted a regulation requiring that they execute the documents necessary to have an access key, they would be obliged to do so. But again, I don't have the lease in front of me, but I believe it has that provision in it.
Well, are you looking for a motion at this point?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily have to have a motion unless you're ready to make a motion. Otherwise, I was just looking to find out, you know, how the board wanted to proceed and to get information as to whether or not, again, I was of the understanding that from the district that this has to be a cooperative effort with the tenants, and they would be glad to have a meeting with them and try and get people to voluntarily provide a key in the Knox box. But again, the suggestion was that the township pay for the Knox boxes because they doubted the residents would want to do that.
Well, I can sort of agree with that, but it might even help with your insurance.
I'm not aware of
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, my opinion is we put one on every apartment.
We gotta do something, I mean, just for the preventive maintenance itself for the seniors. Whatever that might be, I mean, I'm looking at what the district recommended. You know, obviously we've gotten 3 prices, we should move forward with something, period.
Yeah, well, and the district did recommend that we do enlist in college joint meeting with the tenants as well. So
Maybe we
I
can
would
get
think
first,
before we would make any purchases, that might be the way to
Meet with the
go.
residents first. I'm good with that.
Okay, then I will work to see if we can't schedule some sort of, it's probably going to take a little bit of time, but maybe we can schedule some sort of a meeting with the tenants and get some feedback.
Yeah, that would be nice to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, and perhaps, I mean, it could be posted, but perhaps the board could, if the board wishes, they could attend. Okay, let's move on.